Hello and welcome to Jazzy Trader. I'm Jasmine, and today we're going to be reviewing a 50K prop firm account that I actually breached. We're going to be referencing this video. And I was actually going to include this, what I'm about to show you, the next video that I'm about to show you. I was going to include this in that video, but I figured that it would be information overload, and I wanted you guys to grasp the concept in which I took the trade before I actually expressed to you or explained to you that I actually breached I breached that specific account, but I also took that trade on a demo account. Immediately when I breached it, you're gonna see here why I breached it. But as soon as I breached it, I pulled up my demo account and I took the trade. I took the trade because the trade was valid. Whether I breached the account or not, I breached the account from over leveraging, and you're gonna see that here in this video. I miscalculated some things, but that comes with the nature of trading. You learn from your mistakes, you get better, and I'm a lot better. I tell you this, I lose a lot less money than when I started 5 years ago. Have never seen that many losses that I took in my very first year of trading. But anyway, it's important that you see losses and understand that millionaire traders take losses. And even when I started trading and started to realize that, even for me, it was like, really? They take losses? What? But that really opened up a whole new gateway for me in understanding trading, that it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. As long as you can fund your trading goals, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this. And yeah, we're going to get into it. Let's do it.
Hey, so I wanted to hop on here real quick. Here you have before you what you're looking at on the screen is a trade, the trade that I showed you in the video slides. This is me taking that trade in MetaTrader. This is me taking that trade on the prop firm that I was working on. A prop firm, for those of you who don't know, I may do a different video on that. Basically, it's companies out there that have funds, and if you can prove to them that you can trade, they will basically give you funds technically to trade, and you keep a certain percentage and they keep a certain percentage. Yeah, that's what a prop firm is. Typically it's 80-20. You, the trader, keep 80% and them, they keep 20%. But yeah, so I took this trade on the prop firm, and this is also it on TradingView, which is the platform I just used to show you my analysis. Now, what I will say is that I like MetaTrader. I really do most of my naked analysis, and as you can see, I don't have a lot going on my charts because I literally trade price action. I really don't. I mean, I have a line here and there depending on what I'm looking at or what I'm trying to gauge. But for the most part, I trade naked charts. Okay, but here is a view of all of the three different platforms that I took this trade on. As you can see, there are slight variations, but it's literally the same trade. The thing about this prop firm trade I took here, I actually blew the account. That blue line you see, the first blue line, that was my entry. It was the same entry you see where that blue dotted line is here. Now, I work full time, so I didn't have time to like try to screen record me entering the trade, but I was able to capture a screenshot. So that this screenshot where you see that dotted line, that's what my trade price looks like. When I like right now, if I was to hit the button, it would pop up a blue dotted line as to delineate my entry, right? And my entry point. So um yeah. So looking at the prop firm um trade I took. So I took this trade, but I over leveraged, right? But when I over leveraged, I didn't sweat. It blew the account. The thing about the prop firm accounts, you do have to buy them. Think about if you're going to get licensed for anything, you have to pay for a test. You have to, even with school, you have to pay for tests if they're not included in your tuition. So basically, prop firm costs are you paying for tests. And if you keep blowing your test, you keep paying for your test. And you can take the test as many times as you want to. That's how prop firms work. Cool. So yeah, and I think that's all I wanted to share on this. That purple line is definitely where my stop loss was, but due to me breaching the account because I over leveraged, and the reason I over leveraged was because I switched to trading Asian session pretty consistently, pretty often. So I took a couple of losses in Asian session, which kind of rolled over to their drawdown rule. So in those trades I took an Asian session, the way it was calculated when I did put my lot size on for the trade here at the prop firm, it blew the account. And if I may or may not insert the screenshot, but you'll see that the price it took me out. You know what? I'm gonna just do a different video talking about how I blew this account. But anyway, we'll get to that. But anyway, so that purple line is where I had my stop loss, and on the actual trade itself, you'll see that it never hit my stop loss because it had already taken me out before it even got there. But once I blew it as soon as I got in because the lot size was too big for the amount of drawdown I was in. So I breached the daily drawdown limit. But anyway, um, I didn't let it fluster me. I literally pulled up my demo account and I use that sometimes just to blow off steam. Just to blow off steam. So I pulled up my MetaTrader demo account and I took the trade. That's literally where I got in. And I can assure you, I'm too busy to try to fake the funk and do all the extra shit some of y'all be doing when y'all be on her line, which is crazy to me. Like, you spend all the time that you be out here faking you can trade. If you actually take that time and learn, oh shit, we gonna change the world. But yeah, we as individually where we are in our respective areas of life, making a difference, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. That's all I'm saying. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, this is pretty much all I wanted to share. I mean, you guys can ask me questions in the comments if you're curious. If I can, I know I'm probably certain I know what you're asking, but if I can show you in a way that you can understand, I will give it my best shot. Again, with ICT concepts, there's so much going on. Child, I thought I was just up here talking and this was not recording. I do not want to keep taking take after take after take. Anyway, so yeah, we will definitely circle back to this prop firm account that I blew, and we will take a look at why I blew it. I just told you why I blew it. I over leveraged my daily drawdown. Um, but yeah, but I think the growth. This is what actually had me like in awe. The fact that I didn't let it bother me, and I literally just pulled this up and took this trade, and it literally went to my take profit. And in a separate video, I will, if I actually do a video on this trade, I will, I mean, as far as explaining the loss, I will insert the screenshot of, the numbers and what it looked like as far as when it took me out. I didn't, I mean, I wasn't nervous. I didn't get caught up in my thoughts because I knew that the trade was still effective. Okay, so as I stated in the video, I was going to circle back and show you guys this. So this is the 50K account here. This is my back office of the prop firm that I'm working with. And this is me breaching this account. This shows that I breached the account. We have the login ID of 284574. And I'm going to show you this trade. As you can see, this is the account, the 284574 demo. And that's how you prove you can trade. They issue you a demo account. And this is the live market, though. This is the live market on a demo account. But we're going to go back to the trade the day that I breached this account. That's what I want to show you guys. I've already showed you this in the previous video, but I wanted to show you this on here so you can get like a live idea of what I had going on that day and what caused me to breach this account. So we're going to look at the positions in the last 365 days. Okay, so as you can see on this account, price was at 42744 when I got into the trade. So this is where price was. It was at the 42744, but here I marked it off at the 42743.5. looks like. So right here is where I got into the trade, that yellow line. Now, as you can see down here, my stop loss, I didn't set my stop loss, but I did set my stop loss. And I was like, well, why doesn't it show my stop loss? Well, that's because the trade took me out before it even reached my stop loss. So my stop loss is where this purple line is. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But since I had over leveraged, it didn't even have time to reach my stop loss. And I ended up breaching it before it hit my stop loss. Actually, I breached it at $84. So $84 is all I had left to breach the daily drawdown. And I did that before it reached my stop loss. I always use a stop loss. So when I was going through my metrics initially, I'm like, why isn't there a stop loss? I know I use a stop loss. Well, I had breached the daily drawdown before it even hit my stop loss, meaning I over leveraged. And this happens. So what happened when I breached this account? Well, I pulled up my demo account immediately. I didn't wait. I didn't say, oh man, I didn't fluster. I didn't blink. I pulled up my demo account. And as you can see, this is also the same day, 3/26, as it is here. Let me bring that down. 3/26. I took it on this account that day. And I also took the trade on this account that day. So as you can see here, 3/26/25, I took this trade. Price was at, on this account, on this demo account, and you'll notice as you go that numbers may vary slightly. There may be various variations of numbers in depending on the account that you're taking the trade on, but price is typically around the same price. But I don't want to overload you with too much information. Simply put, it was the same trade. Okay, so price was at 42762.42, which, as you can see here, the 42762.87 is around about the same price where I got in at. This here is just a line that I'm using to show you guys where I got into the trade. And as you can see, my stop loss was here. See, on this account, I did place a stop loss. On the other account, I did as well. But again, I breached it before I even got there. So once I opened up my account, my demo account right here, and took this trade, as you can see, the stop loss was at 42831.97. And we have it here at 42831.16. So in trying to show you guys this, I got the numbers as close as I could to mark them off with lines here. So that's what that is. So as you can see, that my take profit was at price 426061. So it hit my TP, right? I don't usually use a take profit. I usually just use a stop loss. And I determine my take profit when I'm looking at the market. But for this account, I did go ahead and set a take profit, and it did hit my take profit, as I told you in that previous video. Right around here is where I hit my take profit, as I showed you in the very first video. But anyway, getting back to this. So my risk on this trade was $64,000. I made $351,085.77. That's what I made on this account. Now, that was one of the most, like, I've never made that much on one trade. Even though this was a demo trade, you have to understand the conditions in which I took this trade. I didn't take it because I was feeling lucky. I took it because I knew what I was looking for. And I think that's very important to really note and understand. So we're just going to scroll up. These are my past transactions on this account. But what I want you to see is that I started this account October 15th, 2024. I started it with a balance of $800,000. Why did I choose this amount to start this account with? Because I wanted to get used to seeing big numbers. Because I end up trading a $200,000 real live challenge account. And I'm going to probably get into that as well in another video. But I wanted to get used to seeing large numbers. I wanted to get used to managing my risk with large numbers. So since October 15th, 2024. I brought this account up to $1.500 million, right? $1.510,411.59 to be exact. That's what I brought this demo account up to from my original deposit of $800. This is my profit loss. So what I've made on this account to get to this 1.5 million, I've made so far since October $710,411.59, and this is my demo account. I've taken losses on this demo account. I took a $1,800 loss there, $1,200 loss there. And that's what you want to see. You want to see smaller losses. I took a $81,000 win here, $6,000 loss here, $6,000 loss there, $13,000 wins. But anyway, getting back to my biggest trade on this account, my second biggest trade was $33,000, and every trade I took on this account was intentional. I don't trade this account often. Usually I trade this account when it's a trade that I really see that I want to take, that I want to look at the bigger numbers on. Or it's a trade like this, which I know that is valid and is good, and in order to blow off that steam of not missing the trade, I take the trade on my demo account. Your demo account is just as important as your real account, because if you can't do this in practice, you can't do this at all. So yeah, that's the end of this video, and I just wanted to show you guys this. I hope it was concise enough for you to follow along. Trading is a lot, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed with like you got to understand all this stuff at once. Honestly, you can know one thing and still be a profitable trader. There are traders out here that don't know anything about fundamentals, and fundamentals are like the news. When President Trump speaks, or the Fed chair speaks, Powell, or non-farm payroll is in regardings to the job market, or any of these news, these impactful, or the housing market, any of these impactful news type things that affects the market. There are people out here that are profitable trading that don't know anything about that. Anything. So again, just to reiterate, I don't want you to feel like you have to know everything that's happening in the market to be successful. You don't. Now, I do trade a little bit of fundamentals. I find it interesting. I find it a little bit fascinating. But you don't have to know everything. But if you're like me, you're going to want to know enough. You're going to want to know more than the average bear, right? But how do you get there? You start small. Start with small pieces of information. Then get interested in that. Like for me, I like to consider it the same principle like I use with my Bible. I don't read the Bible like let me read the entire Bible. I'll never remember those scriptures like that. But if I'm having an issue with something in my personal life, I look up in the context, and I see which word that I'm going through. I look that word up, and I look up every scripture attached to that word. And once I get in that scripture, I look up every scripture that's attached to that scripture. That's how I remember scripture. That's how it feeds my soul. But that's just a little tidbit here and there. That's for a whole different channel. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and just stay focused, stay motivated. Do this. If you find a draw to do it, just start small. See you in the next one.